Massachusetts reserves. Gentlewoman from North Carolina is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's disappointing to hear my colleagues criticize this legislation in this way. We consider many weighty issues in this body with great implications for our future, but few of those issues command our attention as much as those that impact children, as this legislation does. This is right and appropriate. I fear for both our future and our present if we continue to tolerate the death of innocent children in the womb. Every life matters. It's my hope that a culture of life will take hold and all children will be protected in law in the near future. But today we have an opportunity to come together and find consensus that nearly fully developed, viable children should be protected, particularly as individuals capable of experiencing great pain. The necessity of that protection is made even clearer when considering the type of abortion these growing children are subjected to. Mr. Speaker, it's important that the American people understand exactly what happens when they hear the word abortion. According to Planned Parenthood, the largest abortion provider in America, babies aborted at 14 weeks or later are often subjected to dismemberment abortions, which are incredibly gruesome and painful. What follows is heart-wrenching to describe, Mr. Speaker, but we must face the truth of what we are currently permitting. As if in a horror movie, the abortionist begins by suctioning out the amniotic fluid, then rips the limbs from the infant's body with a steel tool and finishes by crushing the skull of the infant he's dismembered. Take a moment to consider that. This is the most common abortion performed in the second trimester, not a rare tragedy. As a nation, we rightfully give the safety of our children the highest importance. In spite of that, we continue to allow these horrific procedures that an overwhelming majority of nations in the world have sworn off. As I mentioned before, only 7 nations allow elective abortions after 20 weeks gestation. How can America continue to be one of them? We must leave this practice behind. That's why I'm a co-sponsor of the underlying legislation to prohibit elective abortions in the United States past 20 weeks. The Pain-Capable Unborn Child Protection Act is a common-sense reform to our American principles of protecting life as the most fundamental constitutional right. With that, Mr. Speaker, I reserve the balance of my time.
Gentlewoman from